This week we journey to Statesboro, Georgia, where mighty birds rule the air and the amazing Ogeechee River and mysterious Blackwater Preserve provide us with an endless variety of angler treats. Join Phil and I as we bait up in the Boro and feast with the eagles. I do the catching, and Phil does the cooking.
I can be taught.
Well, sort of. From mountain streams to deep blue seas and everything in between.
Here we go. Hey!
You see, here's how it works. I love fishing, but I'm not the country's greatest angler, but I do know how to find the best, and oh yeah, they make me look good. Now Phil, the big guy, he's the appetite. He may not be the best chef, but he learns from the best and of course, eats from the best. And as you'll see, we don't waste our time. Off to Statesboro. Statesboro, Georgia, home of Georgia Southern football. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, baby, pigskin party.
And a whole lot of big old fish.
And when you're talking about big old fish, you gotta talk about a big old fantastic feast. Come on, it's kickoff time.
Statesboro's the home to blues pioneer Blind Willie. They also boast a lively, thriving downtown district full of arts, culture, breweries, and great food. But the Boro is a land where football is king. Enter Paulson Stadium in the hallowed grounds of football coaching legend Irk Russell.
Back in 1981, when this whole program got started, there was no tradition. So Irk Russell came down from Athens and literally built this program out of absolutely nothing.
Irk Russell was awesome, man. Everyone knows about that. I saw him in the books, you know. I saw that guy with the bleeding head up there at the University of Georgia come down here. He started football back here at Georgia Southern. It was an awesome blessing.
He literally started a dynasty in the 80s from a fledgling program.
However, it was the winding water of the Ogeechee River that reeled us into the region, where I met my river guide, Sterling Starling.
From Statesboro, Georgia, born and bred. I would say that Ogeechee brings back a lot of memories when I was a kid. Went camping on the river, growing up, fishing tournaments, bass fishing, red breast, catfishing, have a good time.
I look at these shores, it looks like there's not a bad spot.
That's the thing about the Ogeechee River. You can come and fish all day and never run out of places to fish.
Okay, tell me what all we might be catching here.
You can catch red breast, largemouth bass. You can catch stump knockers. You can catch a jack, which is the pickerel family.
Okay. Now I got to be feeding Phil. Any of these good eating?
If we could get lucky enough to catch a jack, that's one of the better fish to eat out of the river.
Got it. So tell me about that little rod. No offense, I'm just noticing it.
The reason of course, we all were taught with a traditional, 4.5 foot rod.
Yeah.
I think with a shorter rod, you can get a more finesse, a lot more accurate, especially when you're pitching underneath all the root systems and the limbs, and it gives them a little more play to the fish, because we're not fighting giants here. You want to be able to play them and get a little more enjoyment out of it.
Yeah, I'm expecting that rod to have like a Snoopy on it. Or...
Yeah.
Don't mean to tease. Now we got the cricket pinned through his collar, right on the end of this spinner.
Sure.
And what's that doing?
That's for more of the scent, so they can find it.
These two crickets are fighting over who gets on the hook. I got 3 heads on here.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one.
Oh yeah. Check it out. Tell me what we got here.
That's a red breast, a male red breast.
Male red breast.
That's about as fine as they get. They don't get much bigger than that, but
nice.
That's a good fish.
Man, he hit right away. Red breast. See it right in there. A little water in the boat. All right, I'm one up on you, Sterling. Tell me what you got.
Oh, we got one on.
What's the best way to cook these guys that you know?
My preference would be to scale them and put them in some grease.
That works for me.
Have a good old fish fry.
Well, the crickets are talking. Somebody wants to be on this hook.
Let me in, let me in.
Okay, let's say I do about 10 casts of this same cricket. Is there a lifespan where the scent goes away, or does it
Yeah.
fish till he's gone?
Fish till he's gone, or if you feel like you want to get a new cricket, get a new cricket. If
Yeah.
that's the reason you're not getting bit.
That's right, all superstition.
The juices have run out of him.
Now, Sterling, we're on public river here. You just kind of
Yeah, just
enter and fish when you want.
sure. Just come down here and enjoy today.
That's what we're doing for sure.
Don't cost anything. All you have to have is a Georgia fishing license, and you can come fishing.
Joining Sterling and I on the water were Travis and Heath. Travis Chance, a longtime Ogeechee River marksman, and iPhone angler Heath Robinson. Heath is actually the owner of downtown Statesboro's 40 East Grill, where he earlier set Phil up with executive chef Jace Washington.
I moved to Statesboro, came to school here at Georgia Southern. After Georgia Southern, found 40 East and have no reason to leave.
40 East Grill is about fun. It's about the dining experience. Cook it up from scratch and serve it fresh and hot in a great atmosphere.
So Phil arrived at 40 East around lunchtime, and my fish delivery wasn't coming until around dinner. So Chef Jace had to get creative and whip up a 40 East local favorite to keep the appetite content.
I am seriously hungry. I see you got the steaks down there, man. We are ready to go.
I've been waiting on you. Got the steaks, you got the veggies?
What the?
I guess we're going to the farmer's market, 20 steps on the way.
This was the wrong thing to do. Send me out to a farmer's market as much as I enjoy food. All right, I gotta remember my list. Hey, how you doing, man? Hey, you know what? I'm supposed to get string beans. You know what? But I like these peas. Can I get a couple of those peas, sir? Look like it just came off the farm. Oh yeah, carrots. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Ooh, gotta get some onions. Gotta get onions. Oh, red onions. Yeah, that's what I need. A couple of those red onions there. I'm gonna borrow this for a minute. I think we should be good. If Chef's not happy with this, we got problems. Ooh, honey. Chef Chase, I got it, baby. Hey, you know what? That farmer's market is incredible, man. Here's the deal. You and I'm your sous chef tonight. I know you got some steaks down there. I finally bought the veggies. Man, let's go get started.
Oh, I hope you're ready. We're about to eat some good food.
Let's do this, man. Look at them steaks. Wow.
We got our 14-ounce ribeye, Southern River Farms, right outside of Augusta, no more than an hour and a half away from here. Bring it in. Perfect marbling, perfect dry aged beef, prime cuts.
Before we get ready to throw them on the grill, I know you're gonna season them up. What do you use?
Simple kosher salt, a little cracked black pepper, nothing else. Just keep it simple, let the flavor of the meat really shine through.
What about our grill temperature? What should it be?
You just want to make sure your grill stays at a steady 325 to 350. The best way to do it is when you do it, lay your steaks, so you have like the little clock method. You have your 10 o'clock. When you get ready after about a minute and a half, you want to go to 2 o'clock. And then when you go to flip it back, and then you go back to 10 o'clock and start over. That way you'll get a good char and good marble on your steak.
Okay, now one thing about it, we ever hear searing. People sear their meats. Why?
That sears in all the juices. You want to keep your meat as juicy as you can, so you just want to get everything hot, let it sear in, so none of that juice escapes.
So what are we gonna do? What kind of veggie mix we gonna make?
All right, veggies today, we got our carrot, we got our just standard string bean, we got a sweet red onion. We're just taking slice them up, just do a nice little saute vegetable up, a little bit of roasted garlic butter, just to finish them off, just salt and pepper.
Hey everybody, time for a fishing break.
That's right, we found the funnest place in Statesboro. What is it? The clubhouse. And we about to get our skills on. Come on, Jordan.
Come on, Big Orange.
Well, I always felt Statesboro was a much bigger city than perhaps people on the outside saw it, much more cosmopolitan. And we needed a place where people of all ages, 7, 17, 27, and for that matter, 77, could all play together. On our outdoor side, we've got everything from the golf range, very high-end, batting cages and full championship miniature golf. And on the inside, as you got to see, we've got bowling, laser tag, arcade, a full-fledged sports bar in there, and even a private section of bowling where we can have more fun than we know what to do with.
While Phil stuck to the lanes bowling for turkeys, I aimed to relive my high school baseball glory out in the batting cage. But what I didn't know was that Darren played college baseball and actually coached baseball in the 1996 Olympic Games.
Well, Dave's got a lot of work to do. He's not waiting on the ball. His weight's all drifting forward.
All right, okay, I can get this.
But he sure had a whole lot of fun just trying to get in there and remind himself about how good he would like to be.
This is Ted's territory. A place where things are inspired by the big sky spirit. And where you'll know, after your first bite, that it's something you'll find only at Ted's. Ted's Montana Grill.
If you're out on the water all day like I am, you want to not only look good, you want to feel good. That's when I ran into the guys from Pescado Air. What they did is they got together with some of the best guides from all around the country, the guys who fish all day. What's necessary on a shirt, what's not, the little hooks and dangles, they don't need them, so they're not on here. Pescado Wear is good for me. I'm loving it. I'm wearing it out there. Had this on all day, I still feel great. You'll like it too.
Fiddler's Seafood Southside announces the return of Ocean Fest with char-grilled classics. And introducing Fiddler's signature char-grilled oyster scooters. Why stop at lobster when you can enjoy everything the ocean has to offer? It's back with a splash. Only at Fiddler's Seafood Southside. Find us under the waterfall.
Ogeechee. Back on the Ogeechee, Sterling and I were baiting up with crickets, pulling up dinner left and right, while Travis, and especially Heath, watched us in awe.
To be honest with you, it's been one of those things where it's kind of like a car wreck. You don't want to look, but you look anyway. No, he's been doing good. He's you know, it's a different style. It's just flipping. I mean, that's really all you're doing. You're trying to get under limbs, by logs, pitch it off the bank. He's been doing good.
Appreciate it.
I'm just kidding.
Heath caught a 4.5 foot red breast.
breast.
It just looks different from there.
They usually catch anywhere between, 150 to 200 fish per hour.
Heath needs a little work. We need to bring him out and actually show him how to cast a reel and bait his own hook for him and take his own brim off the hook. He had a hard time with that.
It was a tremendous opportunity to actually teach a professional some more tricks. So I really, really enjoyed it. And I did catch more fish than everybody else combined. I will say that.
Bring it in, Sterling. Oh, you got him. You got him. That's what we're talking about. Nice, Sterling. Tell me what we got.
We got it's part of the pickerel family. It's a jackfish. Generally, you'll find a jack at the mouth of a creek. They're a little sweeter to eat. The old timers used to call them gatekeepers. They used to be in the mouth of every creek.
All right, you're up 1-0 on jacks.
Put him in
Nice.
the live well.
Yeah. Had that big long snout.
Yeah, just like a barracuda.
Yeah, I have not caught one of those before. So I better start.
That's right.
Now, are they like red breast where there's a few in the same area?
No, they're kind of loners.
Yeah. You got them, huh?
Yeah.
He even told me to cast first. That's the thing. That was too slow. All right, what do I got here? Stump knocker?
Stump knocker.
All right. Now he's big enough to eat, right?
Big enough to eat.
Oh, yeah. Fishing mission to feed Big Phil on our way. Now, maybe I should have asked Heath who his cell phone provider was, having coverage the entire trip, but I didn't complain. You see, he was keeping Phil and Chef Jace up to date with our stockpile of stump knockers and jackfish so they could properly prepare. So here's a little glimpse of the Ogeechee, a big old jack. Let's see what Chef Jace can do with this. I think he's gonna make Phil pretty happy. I hear they're pretty sweet. You ready?
Ooh, fish of the day. I know Jack.
I got your fish right here. I got your stump knocker, your brim, your red breast, and the jackfish.
Well, I didn't realize he had that in him.
Hey, I'll see you later. I'm coming back for dinner.
Stump knocker. What is a stump knocker?
Well, I guess we're about to see.
I know nobody was looking. I kind of changed the sign up there. Like the fish special for today is the jack. So tell me about it. What do we have here? What are we gonna do?
Well, right here we have our jack and we have our red breast. We're going to do those in a different breader than we have our stump knockers and our brim. We're going to do them in different. These right here, I'm on cornmeal dust. These are a little bit more of a sweeter fish, so you really want the fish to come through. The stump knockers and the brim have more of a heavier fish flavor, so you want to try to mask the fish flavor the best you can. Also, to accent these, I got you some hush puppies.
What you making that? What'd you make that with?
These are some cornmeal and grit hush puppies.
That's not how people normally make hush puppies.
No. This is just the southern way that we're going to make some hush puppies.
Okay, because we actually want to do it the way folks do it right here in Statesboro.
Keeping it local, keeping it down home. This is as country as fish fry can get.
All right, well, let's break it off for me. Show me what we got.
Let's go and start with this jackfish. So we got the jackfish, pretty big fish. You just want to make sure you put them in the cornmeal real good. Toss them around really well. Get the cornmeal inside your fillets. Once you have them, make sure you get the tail good, because in the South, a lot of people like to eat the tail.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to just knock off most of the cornmeal, take them right to the fryer, and just drop him straight in. While he's working, you got your smaller fish over here. You got your red breast. These are some real sweet fish, real nice fish, come straight out of the Geechee. Just take and dust up a few of them. Make sure you get your cornmeal in good side, because you make sure we got the flavor all over.
Now, do you put any additional seasonings in that cornmeal, or is it just cornmeal?
This cornmeal is actually done with a little bit of blackening seasoning. It's Chef Paul Perdone blackening seasoning. It really gives a nice flavor. It's a real big staple that we like to use here at the Fort East. Once you got them going, since they're a little smaller, you got that jackfish already going, you can drop it right in with the jackfish.
So what's our cooking temperature need to be for our oil?
We got 350 on the oil, and they're going to take anywhere from 5 to 7 minutes to fry. The jackfish probably going to take about 7 minutes. The little smaller fish about 5 minutes.
All right.
While those are going, we got our stump knockers, and we got our brim right here. And for them, we have a Low Country Pale Ale beer from Eagle Creek Brewery, block and a half down the street. So we take them, you just want to get them in good. Some of the bigger ones, some of the smaller ones, they'll take about the same amount of time just because of the type of breading.
All right, so tell me everything. I know you said we got beer in there, but what else did we put in there?
It's a little bit of our secret recipe.
Wait a minute,
it's something
secret?
It's a little secret.
You can't tell me?
I can give you a couple hints.
Hang on.
We got flour, we got our beer. I got some malt vinegar, and then I have Old Bay seasoning. There's a couple other things I like to add to it that kind of give it a little bit more of a texture whenever it fries up. But those are the main ingredients to get it going.
Okay, we got the secret now. We ready to do it. So we're just gonna go drop them in?
Take your fish, drop them straight in. Just take and hold them, let them drain off real good.
Now you guys use the beer that's right here in your local community, in your area. But can I just put any kind of beer in there to make this work?
Any type of beer. I really recommend any type of pale ale or IPA that you have. The more of a hoppier beer you can get, it will work the best.
All right, you gotta have some hops if you want your fish to be jumping. Okay,
especially with that malt vinegar.
Now, here's what I want to talk about. We're gonna do some hush puppies.
We are gonna do some hush puppies.
But you're talking about some grits.
These hush puppies right here, they have stone ground yellow grits in them. They really gives them a nice flavor whenever they cook up, and a really good color. Really contrasts good with the fish. You want to make this ahead of time, because you see you got nice little mixture where the grits kind of soaked up most of the buttermilk that's added to this. And when you get ready to do these, you want to just take these, do them across your spoon a couple times, get a nice little circle, and then they're going to drop right in.
And that's the way y'all kind of do it down here in Statesboro, huh?
Oh yeah, and if we were outside, outside a hunting lodge, normally throw them in a metal pan, put them in a paper bag, and let it sit out so everybody gets ready to eat.
Well, I tell you what, I'm about ready to eat. So we're gonna let that fish fry up a little bit more. Be back to you in just a minute.
All right, I just saw a lot of wildlife out on the Ogeechee, and they told me to find Steve Hine, the man who knows all about what I just saw. Steve, I see you brought a friend, the best angler ever, I guess.
Absolutely. You talk about an angler and appetite, that would be Freedom, our bald eagle here at Georgia Southern University. And so he is rather majestic.
All right, you can see Freedom here. What else can you see at this wildlife center?
Oh, I'll tell you what, if you come to our campus here on the Georgia Southern University, we are really an outreach facility. We have not only programs taken around the country, but what we have here, we are now 18 acres, and we engage the public every day of the week from 9 o'clock till 5 o'clock, and especially weekends. We're open from noon until 5 o'clock, and you'll be able to see not only Freedom, but a lot of other birds of prey in flight, and we also do reptile programs. We're talking creepy crawly animals, including a 14-foot python.
Many of those, not the python, you might find in the Ogeechee and in Blackwater Preserve, which you're going to later. Tell me about that.
Absolutely. Well, and you can see nature's all around, and with a little shout out for the Eagle Nation. But the point is, That's exactly near and dear to us. We want to educate the future Georgians about the natural world around them, just like you did today out on the Ogeechee. Well, if they can't go paddling down the Ogeechee, they can come here. And a great many of the animals we have on premise are the very same animals that if one takes the time to embrace the great outdoors here in Georgia, they're going to have the opportunity to see it. And if you're really lucky, you'll get to see a white-headed bald eagle. They're down here. We have a lot of eagles now nesting in the state of Georgia.
It's Tubby's Thunderbolt Fresh Fest. For over 15 years, we've been in the business of fresh. Come and experience our daily catch of flavors with our Sonoma-style grilled shrimp, our delicious spicy mahi-mahi tacos, our mouth-watering seared jumbo scallops, and our signature yellowfin tuna sliders. It's a festival of flavors, and it's only at Tubby's Thunderbolt. It's Fresh Fest right now, and it's only right here.
If you're out on the water all day like I am, you want to not only look good, you want to feel good. That's when I ran into the guys from Pescado Air. What they did is they got together with some of the best guides from all around the country, the guys who fish all day. What's necessary on a shirt, what's not, the little hooks and dangles, they don't need them, so they're not on here. Pescado Wear is good for me. I'm loving it. I'm wearing it out there. Had this on all day, I still feel great. You'll like it too.
This is Ted's territory. A place where things are inspired by the big sky spirit. And where you'll know, after your first bite, that it's something you'll find only at Ted's. Ted's Montana Grill.
While Phil and Jace were counting jackfish, red breast, and stump knockers for our fish fry, Sterling Starling and the guys took me to another Statesboro fishing gym known as Blackwater Preserve.
You can do kayaking, canoeing, camping, fishing. This was a well-kept secret, but now they want to give it to, open it up to the public, let everybody get a good look at it and be able to enjoy it.
Upon arrival to Blackwater Preserve, I noticed the old dining car and wondered how it got here. Believe it or not, it took the former movers of the space shuttle to transport this precious antique from New Jersey to Statesboro. And the beautiful, mysterious waters of Blackwater Preserve are a perfect match for visitors to come and fish, shoot, and moreover, get away from it all.
It's a 200-acre cypress pond. It backs up or floods water back in a big old flat of cypress trees. Tons of fish. Catch catfish, bass, jack, warmouth, bluegill. You can probably catch everything you can catch in the Ogeechee River here.
Just a different setting.
Just a different setting.
We're getting ahead of this other boat so we can catch the fish that they were planning to catch. Kind of a strategy here that Sterling and I had at Blackwater Preserve. Sterling and I fished the backwater of Blackwater, but did most of the catching down by the home base. Notching a couple of bluegills on my belt, and even the iPhone angler himself got into the mix with a couple of warmouth.
What do you think of that, huh? Not too bad?
That's a good old warmouth right there is what that is.
Nice, warmouth?
Yep. See how big his mouth is?
Yeah, yeah.
That's why they get that name.
All right, looking good.
Okay.
Key is to get them real dizzy, then you can take them off, no problem. Look at that. Woo!
Something heavy.
Liking that.
That is a good, that's good
That
for
is
you.
my biggest one yet.
That is good for you right there.
Man, this is fun. This is the time. We were waiting a little while, but now they're biting. Gonna see what we can do with this. Maybe deep fry. We'll see, Statesboro style. Blackwater beauty mixed with amazing and unexpected train car amenities make Blackwater Preserve a must-return trip for any angler. But our crew had worked up an appetite, so it was time for Phil and Chef Jace to strike up the fish fry and prepare for the feast.
Man, they are cooking up so nice, and you know what? I can't wait to get my hands on some of this fish, especially that jack, since I did put it on the menu.
Okay, you're gonna really enjoy this jackfish. It's gonna have a nice little sweet flavor, a nice little crunch from the cornmeal.
And you know what's funny is that you say a sweet flavor, because I never think about fish and a sweet flavor. Unless I'm talking about putting some type of glaze on it. But is this just the natural taste of this?
It's a natural flavor. The jackfish and the red breast are real sweet fish. They don't really, you would think they'd be more of a fishier flavor coming from a freshwater, but as far as freshwater, they are as non-fishy a fish as you can get. They are really sweet. Now the brim and the stump knockers, because of where they live and where they eat, they live really in muddy areas, really up under the stumps. They're going to have more of a fishy flavor. So you really want to try to find a breading that's going to really complement that and really kind of mask that fish flavor and bring out more of new flavors you can add to it.
Look at that golden flavor. Ooh, boy, that's looking good.
These should be just about ready. I give them another 30 seconds and those will be ready. These right here, I give them another minute and those will be ready to go and we'll be ready to eat.
So a lot of times when people are actually putting this stuff together, when they're cooking their fish, they're cooking their hush puppies, a lot of times they cook it too fast. And I mean, when I first started cooking, I ain't gonna lie, I burned up a lot of grease and stuff, man. That's why knowing the actual temperature that you're recommending will actually help us to be better cooks.
And there's no problem with it. If you're ever unsure about a fish being done, you can always pull it out, do a little slice in it, see where you're at on the inside, drop it back in if you need to.
There you go. Now, if you can't mess this fish up, although I have done it in the past, okay? But you just heard Chef Jay say, take it out, slice it. If it looks good, eat it. If not, drop it. All right, Chef, you got everything over here. I got my hush puppies. I got my jack.
You got the brim, you got the stump knockers, and you got your red breast.
All right, well, I think there's only one thing that I need to do is I probably need to find me a spot at one of these tables over here and just sample some of this.
And of course, Phil found the biggest table of all and invited us to join the show. Time to fill up at the 40 East and bid adieu to the Boro.
Woohoo! Boy, you know, this is the time that I'm always looking forward to this. Phil's Big Family Feast, and we got the family together.
Oh, yeah.
Heath, man, you are one of the greatest fishermen I've ever been around.
Beg to differ.
Yeah. Chef Chase, you prepared all this. I hope y'all in the kitchen. Fantastic, man. I appreciate you guys so much. Z?
Hey, Steve, thanks for bringing Freedom, the Eagle, greatest angler of all. Travis, thanks for helping Heath out on the water. Sterling Starling, best name on earth. Thanks for helping me out on the water. Had fun with those stump knockers, huh?
Yeah, and I know he still can't say it right. Well, as we always like to say, throwing a hook in the water is fun, but I like eating much better. Here's to you. Bon appetit!
Bon appetit!
Yeehaw!